What's up guys, this is Sean. Today we're going to check out 29 Reserve in Melaka. Let's go! Now we are located in Melaka, right next to Kota Laksamana, where it's like the main commercial hub for actions for all locals and tourists lah. So now we are actually in what the locals call the coastal road, where we are right adjacent to Selat Melaka already. So from here, technically, if you stay in a high rise around the area, you will have the sea view. And the journey from the highway back in, it felt a little bit peculiar because we kind of drive through houses, those very residential kind of typologies. Then coming in, right, the entire stretch of area itself feels very different because on the left and the right, all are commercial areas, and there's also a density of high-rise projects around this proximity itself. Well, right in front you have the standalone structures like the Uniqlo, the Burger King, the McDonald's and the Starbucks, and the site is actually located right next to the road lah, so you can see the structure there already. Let's go check out the sales gallery. So this will be the main road, and they kind of sold out their row of commercial shop lots right in front. And the way to come into the project will be via the entrance at the side. So this will be the guardhouse and the facilities at the side. This will be the entire architecture, 5-story high, span across 9.28 acres. And what you can see in the center, that is 2.9 acres of facilities, which is about 31.8% of the total land area. Local authority requirement is only about 10%. They are giving way beyond that. In total, there's only 335 units all together. So it's a very private, very low density project. You can see the main selling point will then be all the facilities spread in the center of the project. Then this will be the amenities plan. This will be the entrance to the project. So this will be all the shop lots. In terms of buffer from the main road, is a very extensive distance already. Coming in, here you will have the playroom, the multifunction hall, and the children playground right in front with the half basketball court. Then you have the visitor car park in front, so when you have any functions, it's easier for visitors to attend without disrupting the peace of the residents. Here then will be the barbecue pit going up the strand, where it's a combination of stairs and the ramp. This will be the green central park between the blocks lah. And what an experience going in. Then here you will have the gym room, then you have the kids pool, the main swimming pool, you will have the Zen garden, then the maze garden in the back. So this will be the entire amenities, a very different format as it is located in between all wings. And this is how the facility is going to take place when you come in. So this will be the Stram as mentioned. For visitors, this will be the main entrance and experience going through all the facilities. And here it just indicates that the architect considered the breathing, the cross ventilation that's going to happen within the development itself. Since it's going to be somewhat a low rise, therefore it's definitely possible. And this is somewhat the site plan of the unit. So this is also where you can see everybody who bought, they will hang the keys, and all the large units went out first. It's awesome. We're going to check that out later. But anyway, what I want to share here will be the entrance to the lobby. So when you go up the lobby, so one lift will be servicing 6 units in one floor, so it's very private. And for some at the highest floor, then you will have the extra space at the side where it's somewhat like that private garden at the rooftop. These are then more premium, but again, also sold out. And what's very interesting about the project now is that the entire car park experience, everybody gets to park on grid, meaning it's the exact same level when you come in. You don't have to go up an elevated car park or you go down to a basement car park. This can only happen when the number of density is very low. In one block, all residents will be parking inside. So the smallest unit will have at least 2 car parks. Some with rooftop, then you get extra 2 or 3 car parks. It depends on which layout, so please do check. And there will be one lift servicing only one portion of the block. And in one floor, there's only 6 units. In one block, there's only 35 units. In other words, it also means the entire facility floor is car free. So whenever you just let your children go out and they do their thing all together, right, it's going to be a very safe place. And one very surprising thing is they collaborated with Panasonic on this smart air control and monitoring system where all data collected will be integrated into a cloud system, and this was integrated in the landed products around Setia Alam site, and in this area itself they are actually allocating this despite being next to the seafront. It just shows the direction of the management trying to make this into really a home for everyone. And now let's go check out the show unit. This is going to be the unit I'm going to check out today, Type B1, 1195 square feet. It's a 3-bedroom unit and a 3-bathroom unit. When you come into the foyer, this will be the main door. Going in, this will be somewhat like a studio unit where you can be a home office, and it comes with its own bathroom. Going in, and most likely this is just a suggestion, it's not going to be another door. But when you go in, this will be the kitchen space, the dining space, the living space, and the balcony. Then when you go into this corridor, this will be the shared bathroom, bedroom 2 technically, and the principal bedroom. Now this space looks a bit weird where it's somewhat like a access for an aircon latch. But looking at it, what I like is the size of this yard space, almost as big as the kitchen. Then this will be the connection to the void space lah. Okay, let's go check it out. So coming in through the door clearance is about 1 meter and the height is a 2.4 meter door. This is about 1.52 meters in width, so when you open you still have room for sideboard. Right next to it, this will be the first space when they convert into a home studio. The length of the space here is about 3.5 and the width is about 2.54 meters. So this is a very comfortable space where you can actually use it for your bedroom, you can actually use it for your home studio. If you look into this entire stretch of road, technically by zoning, in terms of town planning, it should be a commercial building. It should be a building that is extremely high in plot ratio. There will be a lot of units, which is somewhat like the neighboring lots around that is mainly leveraging on the sea view, on the brand new master plan that is coming up. But the team took a very different approach to build this very home-oriented product. And if you look into the composition of layout, this is considered one of the smaller ones already. They have done layout, there's about 1,700 square feet, right? That is amazingly beautiful. But that one sold out already lah. So as suggested within the floor layout itself, so if you were to put another partition here with a door, this can be perfectly separated in terms of function, where it can be a dual key unit if you want to. But I doubt that's going to be the usage for this particular building, but more of a home studio. It can be a recording studio, a podcast studio, whatever studio lah. And the visitors will not go into the main space of the family. They will only just stick to this area, which is nice. And this is rather unique as well because it comes with its own bathroom. So here they kind of open up the space to kind of indicate the structural system as well. Due to the height of the building, this is not going to require very sophisticated structural systems like shear walls and things like that. This is going to be the conventional beams and columns. You can most likely hack the internal partition walls. But this is very bold lah. I don't think this is going to be an office. When you go toilet, you can see lah. But some of the crazy design approach will be an outdoor separated basin from the toilet space itself. So this indirectly made the toilet way more spacious, and you can see full height wall tiles. You will have a window for ventilation, shower screen, WC by Novatech. Here there will be a basin that is located next to your window. So if you get the right view, this is pleasant, but in this market, maybe the conventional folks cannot accept this kind of thing because you will have water vapor around the house, not good. For flooring then, they are providing laminated timber floor. Coming out into the main space then, they will be providing tiles tucked at the side. This will then be the kitchen space, where the gap from wall to wall is about 2.4 meters. Here it will be nice for you to put in an island, and here will be the location of your fridge. They are also providing cabinet, but these are all ID treatments. So please do check with the salesperson on the exact things that will be provided for the unit lah. Going in then, I like this little window here. And when you go out, this will be the very luxurious yard space. The dimension of the yard is 2.38 by 1.83. Extremely spacious. These can even be your wet kitchen if you want to, if you are a fan of cooking line. So here can be a position of your washer and dryer connected to the void space here. So here, you look at this void space, and it will cost a lot of money to just conceal this space altogether. But then you look into the area, so they even suggest you to do your outdoor activities here. This is how big the yard is. But just imagine if this is actually removed, right? I can add in a glass partition to conceal the kitchen like that, and it's extended all the way in. Wow! And that will be next to the dining and living space. Anyway, for the ceiling height is about 3 meters because the floor to floor height is about 3.3, so you minus off the thickness of the slab is about 3 meters as indicated here. And the selling price for this unit starts from 720,000 and it's about 580 plus per square feet. So it still depends on which orientation that you want to pick and which floor that you want. And the entire space feels very nice here, mainly because of the wall-to-wall width that spans about 3.4 meters. So after you put in a settee that is so huge, coffee table, TV console, you still have a lot of circulation space, and that connects over to this sliding door. And something very unique about this, which I think it's overkill, is I think the developer is just too generous. You see, this is a design where you can open both sides, so it depends on your mood. You want to open to this side a little bit more, or you want the other side. Wow! Coming out into the balcony space, then this is about 1.37 in width. You will have a steel handrail built on a curb. You will have the drainage system. There will be the floor trap, and this will depend on the view that you get lah. So the edge to the building will be somewhat the distance of the central park that you have in the facility deck. This will be somewhat the exact distance that you get from block to block, so it's going to be a very luxurious feel facing inward. However, this little detail then I don't understand. Like, you have a direct view into the principal bedroom there. Usually these bedrooms outline will be attached to the facade line, right? So you get more internal space built within, you get the privacy. But now even if a person sleeping inside, I need to pull off the curtain because sometimes you will have guests and when they look in, right? Hey, bro, what are you doing, bro? While I like looking at the window design, I like the ratio of facade versus the build up. So like almost the entire facade is actually used up as a window glazing. And for the external surfaces, they are using spray painting, so you can see these are awesome. And now let's just test out the sliding door a little bit. Solid. It also includes some level of tinting. It reduces the heat, it reduces the noise. Coming in, then this will be the corridor. The width is about 1.07 meters. And it serves as a foyer for the master bedroom and bedroom 3. And this will be the shared bathroom. Wow, the size is huge. So the wall-to-wall width here of the bathroom is 1.61 meters. And you will have basin and WC by Novatec, shower screen provided as well. Full height wall tiles with a window at the edge for ventilation. So the team also told me that they will be providing this huge mirror as well with an electrical point so that you can actually install the lights as well. Next to that, then this will be bedroom 3, and you have a width of 2.7 by 3.85. So in terms of area, it's huge lah. So after you put in a queen size bed, you still have a lot of space for your wardrobe and your work desk or your study table, no matter how you put it lah. However, how I wish the window size could be a little bit bigger. like a little bit. And for all bedrooms, they will be providing laminated timber floor, just like the master bedroom as well. And this will be the master bedroom. The wall-to-wall width here then seems rather narrow. So here you have about 2.78 meters, and this is only because we compare to the width of the living and the dining space. So that one is about 3.4. This is about 700 mm short. But there's an observation here. To squeeze in a queen size bed here with a wardrobe, right? It seems not enough space, so this is only going to accommodate my wife's clothes only. But if you guys can hear, right, so this is actually the aircon latch for your aircon compressor. So at night, right, you can actually hear it. And customers actually gave feedback to the developers regarding this issue, and you know what, they are going to submit for a building plan amendment. So they are going to amend the drawings, which they are going to change the toilet a little bit here. So we're going to enter the toilet from the door here instead, as they push out the bathroom out. So the aircon latch entrance will be via the balcony outside. That's great. So now we're just going to get a quick glimpse of the unit layout that's actually selling out. So left only one unit. Because I can tell you the entire tone, similar but very grand. Look at it. My favorite layout of having the living and dining laid horizontally next to your dry kitchen here, connected to a humongous yard space, yet having a very nice entrance experience, having one bedroom, 2, 3 on this side, a shared bathroom, a lot of space. This actually was a room, but they kind of just removed the walls to have this awesome space altogether. And this is going for about $1 million, and they are a type to have an open garden right outside, right next to your unit at the rooftop, connected via the balcony. That is going for about 1.7 to 1.8 million. Wow, solid eh. No wonder a lot of people are actually downsizing from their existing bungalows, moving into spaces like this. And that seems to be the theme of buyers of this category lately. So now a lot of folks where their children are already forming their own new families, buyers then are now actually moving out from their existing house, getting a place like this with more facility, more security, and it's way smaller compared to what they have, which is the bungalows and semi-Ds, and they're leaving that for their children to kind of grow up in. So during the weekends, the younger parents can bring their grandchildren to visit their grandparents and having the facility around to play together. At the same time, you will have awesome securities, and for these projects specifically, they will have shop lot right in front, so there will still be elements of convenience for the grandparents. So this will be a very interesting option because it's in absolute contrast to the existing neighbors. So surrounding, there will be more shop lots and more high rises, right? So that's the typology of the entire zone in terms of planning for this location. It's meant for business, commerce, but it's just remarkable that this developer took a very different twist to it, building something so low dense that focuses on wellness, resort living lifestyle, and privacy. Wow. And I guess that's all for the sales gallery. The site is just there, but let's check around the site because the site is there. So this is literally the surrounding that you're gonna get. And I also checked with the team the nearest distance to the main schools. So this is about 5 to 10 minutes away from Peifeng, another 5 to 10 minutes to Senmu. So these are the main schools for the communities around this area. But let's go just check out the surrounding now. Next to Sai, so within the same main road, right, just driving out, this will be Porto Historia already, and you have rows and rows and rows and rows and rows and rows and rows of shop houses. And here you can find electrical shops like Senheng, dentists, you will have Korean barbecue and buffet, you will have family marts, old town cafes, all your bubble tea, and the shop lots here is somewhat themed because it still carries the heritage influence from the Jungle Street area, but with a slight modern twist. So I guess this will be where the local youngsters hang out. And by looking at the operation method, this will be the place where they kind of seal up the traffic access in between, so the entire road area can be a common area for everybody to kind of hang out and chill. So it's kind of cool. It will definitely attract a lot of young people to kind of really promote a lot of business activities here. And what you can see in the surroundings are all high-rise like this. So this is called the wave, where the units are actually smaller. And that's a common theme for all high-rises here. Everyone was trying to leverage on the short-term stay Airbnb business back then. But in one go, there's about easily 7,000 to 8,000 units all around here. Unfortunately, one of those, which is this block, got revived by another third party, so thank goodness. But again, all leveraging on the same target audience, which are tourists who are visiting this area. Just because of its location that is very close to everything, your Aeon Mall and your Jonker Street and your beachfront, Klebang and things like that. Right? Well, you also have the Performing Arts Centre, let's not forget. But one thing is definitely for sure, there are lands in abundance around this area. If things were to pick up, you will definitely see a lot of project taking place around this area. And there's an existing master plan next to the Performing Arts Centre that was supposed to take place but didn't. Yeah, just for your information. And I guess that's all for the project. It's now time for Sean's take 3 on 3. And about 10 to 15 minutes drive away, we are within the main tourist hotspot for Melaka, Jonker Street. But the traffic within the state now, wow, tricky. But anyway, the 3 things that I like. Number 1 would be the density of the project. So if we look into the surrounding typologies of buildings, right, technically that should be in a uniform manner across the entire address. It means this developer also has the capacity and the approval to build such a building with so many units, right? But they chose not to. Instead, they are building 335 units only within this humongous piece of land. And they do it in a manner where everyone gets the right amount of space, right amount of privacy and serenity. That's very, very rare. Not many developers are willing to just put money on the table and not earn it. All the square footage that they are not built are just left to waste like that. So the second thing I like will be the design approach. Number 1 will be the central facility deck. That's so luxurious, right? The distance between blocks is so huge. You have all the facilities just stacked in the center, maximizing the distance between each block. Next would be the car park format, where you get to park on grade. You don't have to either go up an elevator car park or to travel down into a basement to park your car. You get to park directly within the same level of the entrance, directly into your subsequent block. Then you have a private lift lobby to go up to your unit directly. Well, we better come in because traffic was getting crazy. Anyway, the next thing then will be the design of the block to really provide privacy for every user. So per floor plate, you will only have 6 units. And when you get into the unit, everything is very spacious. So you will have the floor to ceiling height of 3 meters. And personally, I like the horizontal layout of the dining and the living lah. But within this unit where it's vertically placed, right, the wall to wall width is 3.4 meters. Although in terms of ratio, it looks a bit off. I like the ratio of the yard space to the unit. I like the size of the balcony. But what I like the most actually is the specification of the aluminium and glazing, where you can open both sides so you can adjust the door like that. That extra movable component is very, very costly. Also, they're providing 1 extra bathroom compared to the conventional ones. Therefore, the overall theme to the development is they do not only prioritize efficiency so they can maximize profits, right? They're doing this with a purpose. And to me, I like that as a buyer. They're even altering the original design of the unit based on the comments of the buyers. Not many developers can do this. Unfortunately, for the 3 things I don't like, number 1 will be the unit itself. So there are certain things that I'm not agreeable with. The external basin outside of the toilet seems kind of weird. In KL, maybe still okay lah, but here it's kind of pushing boundaries. Then for the master bedroom part, luckily I told the team that I didn't like the layout because they updated me with the latest amendments where they're going to rearrange the toilet, pushing out the aircon latch a little bit so the entrance can be via the balcony instead. But I still don't like the view from the balcony looking into the master bedroom. I don't like. I would rather have the outline of the bedroom extended all the way to the facade. The second thing I don't like will be two parts of the site plan. One, I know there will be a convenience factor of putting in the shop lots up front. Maybe it's also part of the land planning requirements. The good thing about it is convenience. The bad thing about it is when it becomes too prosperous. For example, if everybody comes and hang out at this location itself, the journey going back home via the entrance is going to be terrible. And that's the least that I want. So I will be in a dilemma. Do I want business to be good at the shop lot? If it's good, then it brings me convenience, but cannot be too good until it brings me hassle and congestion. And around the site, currently they are all still empty lands. But if you look into the typology and the zoning around that area, is either shop lots, if not service apartments. So when you pick your units around, it's either you face shop lots or apartments, or you just face the sewerage treatment plant. But I like that how the architect addresses the facing towards the STP itself. At that corner, there won't be any units facing outwards. Also, the STP is an enclosed type, not the open type. And if you look a little bit further away, they are just land in abundance for this area. And that's pretty close to point number 3. Right, the stigma towards all the developments around Melaka, it's either abandoned or either Airbnb. What happens to all the own stay homes? Right, it's all about small unit within the affordability of people so they can run Airbnb operations with that. And that created a very negative impression of property market around this area. So when you talk about high-rise apartments in Melaka, stay away. And honestly, that was my initial impression. But this one a little bit different. This one, they are putting a lot of build up on the tables, not maximizing any of them. As a result, it's going to be very interesting, because if you look into the entire business zone comprising all the commercial activities, you will have the standalone structures of the fast food joints and Uniqlo around the area. It's packed with people, that's why I didn't go. Then you have the stretch of commercial lots, then some hipster cafes at the side, all within walking distance. You will have schools around within 5 to 10 minutes away. And in the midst of all of them, there will be this project nestled in the center that focuses inwards into the facilities there. Not only they do not leverage entirely on the plot ratio given, they are doing beyond what the market needs. For example, the aluminium and glazing specifications, that just overkill. They even collaborated with Panasonic on the air quality monitoring system and improvement system. It's really going above and beyond. And this will only make sense if you are looking for a home. If you're looking for investment, all this extra stuff, it can take out. But for homeowners, then you find this all very valuable. Unfortunately, that will just narrow down the target audiences. So only locals who are going to stay around the area will be attracted to products like this. And I guess that's all for this episode. What do I think? I absolutely find this a very beautiful accident, because products of such can only happen when the business leader is able to prioritize more than just profits, which is never going to happen, right? For all business, all want to make money one way, got don't want to make money one. But apparently for this one, they are really delivering over and beyond. And I'm just very happy to be able to document such product. And just imagine 15-20 years from now, when everything is back to normal, you'll see high-rise, then one small stretch of boutique resort style homes in the center. Wow, then it will be a rarity. And I guess that's all for today. Thank you very much for watching, and see you guys on the next one. Ciao.